Hello everybody. Angie here. I'm coming on today. I thought we would work on my file folder folio project that we started a little bit time back. Things are just as we left them. We are working on just creating a fun file folder, and I'm trying to maximize 2 file folders and see what I can come up with just using 2 and then other elements for decoration. But yeah, just see what we can come up with. So let's get going. I've been looking at this for a couple days now, wanting to get back to it, and today's the day. All right. How is everybody? I hope everybody is well. I'm hanging in there. Okay. And I think I remember I closed all these so I wouldn't lose my pieces, because we're getting down to little bits and pieces here, and I'm trying to maximize as much as we can. All right, so I have some blue vintage kind of digital pages that I'm working with for decorating, along with some really beautifully colored vintage book page. Had a few pieces of those. I had some washi and some lace trims, and I think that's all I had. And then we're using some distress inks. That's all I had to start with. Okay. So let's put all this to the side, just kind of refresh my memory as I talk about it, kind of things come back to me. And this is where we're at. And I think let's kind of look at the measurements, including the flap. We're working at a project about roughly 6 by 8, with a whole bunch of flips and folds and pockets and whatever we're going to do. All right, but we're just trying to maximize using 2 file folders, see what we can come up with. All right, so this is where we're at so far. And we had covered and made this front flap here. We made a little middle fold here, and then another middle fold here in the middle with a double pocket. Okay, so that houses 2 little pockets for some journaling cards or something there. And this is where we stopped. We're going to work on this flip and fold, and then the back. Isn't that pretty? All right, and I'm trying my best to kind of keep the integrity of the file folder, so I'm kind of keeping the little tabs and stuff like that, so you can kind of really get the feel and the vibe, because, you know, file folders are just so much fun. All right, got all my little bits and pieces, and like I said, we've got little scraps here, and I'm going to try to use up everything, you know. I got to refresh my memory. Mark on there. Let's see what we got. Okay, this was going to be a flip. All right, so this is going to go, I remember this. There's going to be a little slot pocket there, and then another slot pocket on this side, I thought. But it's not long enough. Must have changed my mind. Let me see, I remember that. That's going to go like that. How is everybody? Everybody good? I hope everybody good is good. Wish everybody out there a happy Mother's Day. Okay, I do remember that, but I don't remember what I was going to do with this side. So I'm going to do a flip. Actually, I think I wasn't I? I think I was going to do, oh no, a double pocket. That's what it was. I was going to put a pocket on this side. And then some type of like a flip up, I think. I got to figure out what I'm going to do before we start putting our, our papers down, to see what I need to put down first. I think this was going to go something up like that, right? I think. And then this over on this side, possibly. Okay, well, that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, so let's start with this piece first. All right, let's put this aside, bring this in, and get my papers. And I don't think this papers are going to be enough. We'll see. I might have to figure out something else. We haven't used much book page. So let's use a little bit of book page on because this is going to go, it's going to be a pocket. And I think this was going to go here. That's what I'm thinking. All right, well, that's what we're going to go with. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so do I want to put it on the inside? I think I do. All right, let's do a book page on this with a little bit of pop of the blue, I think. So let's see. Let's just go all the way down. All right, please excuse my talking. I'm just kind of talking myself through. You know, I know you guys are understanding that. Just kind of talking myself through what I want to do. Okay? Nothing more. And I did not look at the pages and the wording on this, but we're just going to kind of go with it. You know how those books can be sometimes. Some of the text can be a little shocking, but hopefully as we go there'll be nothing too bad. All right, and then I think I want to keep that word there, so we're just going to do a rough tear down. All right. And then I don't think I want anything on this side. We're just winging it, guys. We're just making a fun project. Okay. All right. So I like that. Reinforce that fold there. And now we need to put, this is going to be a flip. Do we want a pocket? Or maybe just a, you know, a pretty little image or something. How about that? Let's do that. Do a rough tear. Make kind of like a, make like a frame. And then we'll just put a pretty image there maybe. I might change my mind, but for now we're going to put it down like that. Okay, let's hit that with a little bit of ink. Okay, now see, like I could do a pocket. No, I think I like the idea of just doing a little fun paged element there. Maybe some type of a little collaged piece. We'll see. So I'm going to put this directly down. And for the most part, in the middle. Okay, and then to this side, because then when we flip it up, it's going to go this way, so we want the writing directional. And let's see. something like that. Let's do that. Get it straight. I just kind of like to do a little bit at a time. Oops, excuse me. Okay, and a little dab of ink on this book page before we put it down. And I'm using ground espresso, real dark, deep brown. Very pretty. Okay, cut that off. So, dab glue there. It goes this way. And when we flip it up, we got that. Very nice. Okay. So let's put a little more glue around the edges. Ink. Okay. And then this is going to go here. All right, so let's put this paper down next, and then we'll put the flap on. And I got 2 pieces left, 2.5. Let's see. Seeing which pattern I like the best. Most of this side is going to get covered up with that slotted pocket. So. I'm thinking right there. And I'm also thinking I want to bring in a little bit more washi instead of bringing this paper all the way over to the edge. We're going to do a little washi because I remember the other tab I put a little bit of the washi as well. So we want to kind of keep it cohesive. So let's do that. Again, I'm going to do a little bit at a time. Try my best to get it straight. No, that doesn't always work. I'm going to try. Straighter I get it on the edges, the less trimming I have to do. All right. Now, if I forget what I'm talking about, guys, where something's going to go, I'm going to need you to remind me. All right. And I think I want to stop at that tab. And I didn't think about that. We'll put book page on that tab. before I put that paper down, let's put a little bit of book page right there. Got this little strip. I don't know if I like that or not. Maybe we should do some trim. See how that looks. Okay, I like that. But what kind of paper underneath? You know what? I don't like either of those. Let's just do washi. I think that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to trim that. I'm going to go all the way across evenly if I can. That down. A little awkward here. Let me get it. Ah. Yep, that'll work. Okay. Let's finish putting this down. And I think I'm going to use glue stick. Fuzz. Okay. There we go. Try and give that a second to dry. Let's bring in some washi over here and on this flap. I think I got enough. Very nice. Turn that off. Very nice, okay? Then we're going to put some on this side as well. Okay, let's try and fold that, get our fold back again. I'm going to use the edge of my desk. Okay, so that is what we've got. That looks good. And I think I do like that trim right there. I'm going to use wet glue for that. Or do we want to do the white? That's a lot of blue, huh? Let's check the white out, make sure. And the white is a little bit more narrow also. That looks good also, doesn't it? You know what? I'm going to go with the white. Oh, but this is going to be a pocket here, isn't it? Ay, ay, ay. Hold on. Let's look at that. See, guys? Told you to remind me. Okay. This is going to be a pocket here. So let's pull that glue away real quick. And let's put the lace on the pocket. See, I almost forgot. We're going to put a pocket here. But we can still do the lace, except on this edge. Okay, let's do that. So that's going to get covered up. All right, so let's cover this piece and see what we want to use. Maximize our papers here. We can do half and half. Let's see how that looks. No. I'm gonna get straight edge here. Sometimes you just gotta look, you know, to know if you like it or not. Are you kind of like that? Do like that. Kind of like that. I don't like all that blank space there. That's the only thing. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then we can bring the blue back in against the light color. Oh, we could do a pocket this way. Be a pocket there and a pocket there. Oh, what do you think about that? And then to strengthen this, bring that down the middle. Ooh, I like it. I like that. Okay, now this is just one, you know, copy paper, so that's going to be kind of thin. We could reinforce it with I kind of like that idea. I think we'll be okay with that. Okay, so let's put that down. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this flap back down. And then this one will get cut off. Well, let's see. Let me not move too quickly. We could use that as a flap on this side. I'm looking at my little pieces here. Kind of like that too. Isn't that crazy? All right, we're gonna see how that works out. Do a rough tear. Keep it somewhat straight. I like that look, don't you? And then this will go here. Well, now that I put that on there, All right, let's start with this left pocket first, because that's what's a definite. See, that's the fun thing about projects like these. You just create. Just get an idea and go for it. So fun. Okay. So that's going to be a pocket there, and I should have put a little ink on that. My bad. So I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to do a little bit of inking. Just there we go. That's why you don't want to just put everything down right away, because sometimes it's easier to ink as you go and decide where you want ink, where you don't want ink. Okay, I really like that, but now I'm not liking that. Yeah. Don't you think that's better? I do. All right, let's cut that off. Okay, so this is going to be a pocket. So we're going to put glue on 3 sides. Find that crease. And down we go. Okay, let's give that a minute to catch, and let's see. I think I'm liking the blue now. Yep. Snip that, make it a little easier. And that will reinforce this paper as well, strengthen it a little bit with that little lace edge. So that'll help that out. Okay. Get some better scissors. Scissors are a little dull. Okay, I like that. So, this, I think was supposed to be a thing for in there, huh? I don't know. So we got a pocket there, and we've got a pocket there. Fantastic. We're going to slide this in there because that may have been what I was intending for that. I don't remember. But for now, we're going to use it for that. All right. So here's where we're at so far. Let's bring this back in because I got to check myself as we go. That's going to go there, right? No. See? That's going to go there. So now let's reinforce this little flap here. Nice and easy. Okay. And that's going to go there. Yes. Very nice. Okay. We got a little bit of edge there. That needs a little ink before we glue that down. Okay. Wet glue, and I'm going to need my clips. Ooh, should we do this side first before we glue that down? Maybe. That's going to go there. I like that look right there. And we'll probably put either book page or washi again there. Then this is going to open up here. So let's see what we're going to do with that. It's getting a little dirty. Time to cover that. Okay. So then we can bring this piece in. Yep, let's cover that first before we put it down. Oops, well. Again, let's get it started. Looks pretty good. All right. I guess I better look at time. Okay, we're not going to cover that flap. We'll do that with something else, either book page, washi, or a different element. Mix up the patterns. I want it to be all one flow. And again, I should have cut that off, but we'll work with it. Okay. Do some trimming. Just a little bit. And I have to get a straight tear there if I can. Line that up. Looking good in the neighborhood. All right, guys. We're getting somewhere. Now let's do that fold again. So put paper down. We want everything to close nicely, so we're just taking our time with each fold and hinge. Closes as smoothly as possible. Okay, so now that's going to go in there. I absolutely love that. Okay, now we can put this down, right? Yes. Okay. Down we go. And I'm just going to hold it in the middle for a minute. I'll put the clamps on the top and the bottom. Just give that a good few seconds to catch. Very nice. Okay. I'll just help that out for a minute. Okay. Come back to that flap in just a second. Let's rework this fold. Nice and easy. Nice and slow. Okay, and we got this flap as well, so it's good to see, do we want those flaps to be the same or different? Maybe book page on this one. We've got this little scrap here we could use. Sure. Why not? Okay. Grab a piece of scrap paper here. See if I can get that down all in one little bit here. Okay. Trim that away. Okay, let's take a look at that. Oh, that's nice. Yes, I really like that. Okay. See that? Nice little flow there. All right, and then this one, we got this little piece here. Why don't we just do that? I really like that mix of patterns and things like that. It really just breaks it up. It looks really, really nice. Yep, I need my mat. Okay. All right. Oh, that's nice. Real nice. Okay, I think we can take these off now. All right, let's take a look. Let me see where we're at on time. Oh yeah, I like to keep my videos at 45 minutes. I think we should stop there. Look at that. Let's go through the process here a little bit. Okay, that's going to be the front cover, guys. Okay. And when you open it up, we've got a flap, middle flap with a double pocket. Okay, and then this flap goes out, and we're going to have pocket there, as well as a pocket there. Very nice, okay? And then when you close that, that looks really good. And we still got some pieces here. We still got this, okay? Well, let's close that. So that looks good. Give that, all that glue and everything time to take hold. So we have this piece left, this piece left, this piece left, and these little pieces. That's it. So we're gonna use those for pockets or something. I don't know. Okay guys, I think that's a good place to stop. I'm gonna gather all my pieces here, put everything together, and we will continue on this on the next video. Maybe we could get it wrapped up on one more. We'll see. Okay, thank you guys so very much for stopping by my channel. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying this project. I hope you stayed through till the end. And as always, take care. God bless. And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.